Hello, and welcome to the first round of Season 4, Tier 2 for NXR. We are back again. I am once again here, that annoying voice in your ear, and alongside me is a familiar face from the last round of last season. It's Milkman.
Hello guys, how are you all doing? I'm doing fine. I'm the annoying Dutch guy with the Dutch accent, who you probably cannot even understand.
Nah, we can understand you great.
Yeah.
This season, obviously, we're starting here in Bahrain. We have a lot of changes in the lineup. We have some new faces, some faces from Tier 1 that have come down, some returning faces. And I guess we'll be going through that in Q1 while everything goes on. But we do have, once qualifying gets underway, we do have a minute silence for the passing of Frank Williams, a legend of the sport.
And probably the most successful team principal that has ever lived for the F1 in the F1 history. Rest in peace.
Okay, I don't know which Ferrari that was. Oh,
That is
healthy.
healthy.
Whoops.
Well, maybe for him it's 1 minute is already over. We'll probably have a little bit of the time glitch going on, like always.
That's possible. That happens a lot with this game. So, we have a fairly mixed up grid compared to last season. So, if we decide, let's have a little run through of who we have. Since he's the first one on track, let's start with the Ferraris, where we have third place from last season, returning to Tier 2, with Halsey driving for Ferrari. He's been picked up by Yaps. And alongside him, one of the drivers that we saw improving a lot last season is Luke Watkins. This could be a fairly strong lineup. Like, I think Halsey has to be considered a contender for the championship after last season, without a doubt.
I definitely think so. Halsey is one of the 4 drivers who could be battling for the Tier 2 championship. And Luke Watkins, whenever he did his first race in Tier 1, I was a bit skeptical about him. But whenever he got a Tier 2 seat last season, he proved me wrong real quick. And ever since, he kept improving himself, and it's a joy watching him.
Who's the next car on track? The next team we'll go to, since he's the next car on track, is the Aston Martin of Shaman. Tier 2 regular for the past couple seasons. This season having moved from one of your teams, actually. He was at Williams, wasn't he?
Yeah, I signed him for Williams Tier 2, indeed.
Well, he has moved over under Ali's wing over at Aston Martin, and has been partnered up with a driver who's actually stayed at the same team in Tier 2 as he did last season, with Sciatic Hurdle in the Aston Martin. We saw him playing a great secondary role in the team towards Rob in his bid for the championship, This time, I think with the lineup that Aston Martin has, fair to say, he's probably the number one driver out of the pair. And it'll be interesting seeing how he handles that transition.
Sky de Girdle did a great job keeping up with Rob. Race-wise, he's a bit inconsistent, but sometimes crashing out when not needed. But Sky de Girdle has definitely the pace, and I definitely agree with you. I think Sky de Girdle is the number one driver for this season, and hopefully Sherman can back in some points to help Aston Martin out for possible constructors.
Halsey coming in with his first lap time. I think. Who is the next? I'll just go down the list because it's easier. Next we'll go to Haas. NXR Manoy being picked up by the Haas squad once again. Another driver staying at their team. Saw a lot of improvement from Manoy over the last season, culminating in a 6th place at Abu Dhabi. His teammate Jays, another driver who has had a rough go of things here and there. He's had ups and downs throughout this league, but looks like this could be a decent lineup in the midfield at the moment. But I would not be surprised. Well, I would not be surprised to see Jay pull out some strong results along the way.
I have to say I kind of disagree with you. Looking at this lineup, I think at this moment they will be probably the lineup that will struggle the most in this tier. Menai definitely have improved a lot, and he's working really hard to be a better race driver. And I hope they can prove me wrong, and they definitely be the one that can surprise me. But at the moment, I don't think they will be in the midfield. But I could be proven wrong.
Chaotix has just subscribed to Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for that. I'm sure Yaps will buy himself some Mackie D's with that Amazon money.
Thank you, Chaotix. You're amazing. Love you, boo.
The next team, we'll go to McLaren. Motorcycle returning this season. He was at, I think, Alfa Romeo last time around.
He was Alfa Romeo indeed.
And he will be lining up alongside yet another driver, staying at the same team. Night Owl, been kept on by Ali in the McLaren team. He started showing some promising performances towards the end of the season. I think came out with 4th place in the championship.
Nightel is definitely the driver who I think is one of the drivers who improved the most last season. I think he's definitely he's the second driver of the 4 that I mentioned who is able to go for a championship. And just like I feel like Motorcycle will be the Valtteri Bottas of McLaren. Just filling up that second teammate role.
Yeah, I think Night Owl could be a decent front runner. Motorcycle, we'll see. I think it was Motorcycle that had a rough end to the season last time out. So yeah, he's got some progress to put in. Hopefully this season works a little better for him.
Motorcycle lost a rear bit during his quali lap.
Williams is another team that we haven't done yet, and first driver for them at the moment on track is Honest Raccoon. Popped up a couple times last season as a reserve. We saw some strong races with them at Spa and Abu Dhabi, I remember off the top of my head. So he could be a strong contender coming into this season. And then alongside him is TX Phillip, a driver who's been in this league since around the middle of Season 1, has raced in Tier 2 for quite a while now, was at one point one of the top runners in the tier, had a bit of a struggle last season, but has since climbed back up. Well, he's going to climb back up.
Wasn't the X-Phillip not going on a little bit of a sabbatical last season? Because I don't really remember him racing last season.
He was racing early last season. He had a lot of DNFs, but he then took a little break away and has come back, and hopefully he's feeling refreshed. He's ready to go, a bit more confidently than he was last season?
Well, I think with this lineup, skill-wise, this is probably one of the better lineups, I think, alongside with Ferrari. We have to see, like you said, how Jax Phillip will do. Now he had a little break and hopefully he can get some major points in for Williams. And I'm definitely curious how Honda's Raccoon will do. Now he got a full-time seat. In Abu Dhabi, he definitely impressed me, but of course he had that collision with Luke Watkins and got crashed out. But I'm curious about Honda's Raccoon.
Well, out in another team to look at is Mercedes, as Lion is actually improving on his fastest lap and goes another 2 tenths quicker, putting half a second between him and the rest of the field.
Most impressive.
NXR Lion is a driver who has been around for a while. He started in, well, he raced in Tier 1 in Season 2, I believe, but I think he took some time away in Season 3. So he's ended up being, he was first picked in the draft for Tier 2. Gonna, in theory, well, if you're, who is the Mercedes team first? Well, that's Tomzo, right?
That's Tomzo indeed.
Yeah, Tomzo will be hoping that Lion can lead this team to victory, and alongside him is another decently strong driver, Ryan R now, formerly Rydell. He was a very strong contender on pace last season, but got caught in other people's accidents, made a couple mistakes, and cost himself a load of positions from results that could have been much better. So he's gonna yet again be another driver just looking to bounce back from a rough season and bring in strong performances to make up for what he missed out on last time.
Well, that's definitely the case. I think Ryan this season has to prove himself something. I definitely think he is motivated to get loads of points in from Mercedes. And NXR Lion, little history check. He started in the first season in Tier 2 of that mini season of 2 races. He became the champion of Tier 2 in Season 1.
Oh.
And then in season, of course, got promoted to Season 1. And he was alongside with Artifact and Bruno, the best of the rest in that season after the insane 3-way battle for the championship between me, the Milkman of course, Chaotix and Mark Sousa. And we of course know that Chaotix won at the end. And Lion of course is like the third of the 4 drivers I mentioned who could be able to win the championship.
I know some drivers coming into this season are thinking that he is potentially one of the favourites for this season. And honestly, I'm not sure. I think he's definitely showing the pace right now. But qualifying's one thing, the race is another. And on that topic, we'll move to Alfa Romeo. A man who knows that feeling all too well is Callum 11. He's had very strong qualifying performances pretty much all season last time round. But when it came to the races, much like Rydell, he would struggle. He'd make mistakes and he'd lose out here and there, and it would not work out very well for him, and I think he managed to pull a couple good results towards the end of the season. But he's got something to prove this season. And alongside him, another driver who had a rough season, bounced back towards the end, showed pace, showed good performances in the race, is J-Wall. So Alfa Romeo could be a bit of a sleeper team here. They've got strong drivers, but we haven't quite seen what they're capable of yet.
Well, with J-Will, I think J-Will was one of the drivers who stood out. Last season, he was just there. Like, Antonio Giovinazzi in real life, who's also just there. And then Caleb 11, he definitely has the 1 lap pace, but like this race for him will all about showing the consistency on the race day as well. And if he does that, he can put in a lot of points and maybe be an outsider for the championship. But who knows? We have to see about that.
Honestly, I think it's a team that could pull out some surprises for people this season. And a team that could be full of surprises, Rio Fensom. driving for AlphaTauri. He is in his, I believe this is his 3rd season in Tier 2.
Well,
Last time
NXR
around,
Lion retired. He thinks he's fine. I think too, with a half a second lead of Halsey.
with currently nearly a second to 16th place, well, nearly 2 seconds to 16th place, I don't see him being knocked out anytime soon. But Rio Fensum started last season strong. He was very much a championship contender, fighting amongst his teammates Scrivs and with the likes of Halsey and Rob. However, he missed a couple races, he struggled in a couple races, and his championship charge just fell away. But again, same with the likes of Callum and Ryan. Rio's going to look to prove himself, and with that 26.8, only the 2nd car to get below a 27, I think he's definitely showing he's not to be taken lightly right now.
Well, Rio Fensum is the last of the 4 drivers who I think will be going for a championship if he can manage to attend all the races. Because of course, like you said, he missed a couple, and later on the season he struggled with a few as well. But I think Rio Fensum, what he has that other drivers do not really has, is the brains. Because what Rio Fensum always did was impressing me with the tire choices he did and get the max out of it, and probably get a better result than he would have with the other strategy. So I think definitely Rio Fensum is the most smart driver regarding tire strategies. And with Autopoem, I don't know how good it is. He's a complete new driver. We have to see about that. But maybe he could be one of the surprises of the season. But I have to say, he gotta have a really quick quali lap to make it out of Q1.
He's just on the edge right now. He'll just make it in currently. However, again, he is one of the... I think he is actually the only... Well, he is one of 2 drivers that weren't competing full-time last season. He doesn't seem to have the greatest pace, although he has done 4 laps on those soft tyres, so he could put on a fresh set and we might see him start jumping up a couple more positions here. But he could also be one of those drivers, such as General Jake or Luke Watkins that we saw last season, who over the course of the season will improve, and by the end of the season could be fairly strong contenders. And speaking of General Jake, we haven't talked about Alpine yet.
Well, let's talk about it.
Jake, the current only Alpine on circuit, we're waiting for that boy SJ to get in. He is currently dealing with the game updating, as he has not been able to do that so far today. But he will be here hopefully soon. SJ had a bit of a rough season towards the end, I think. But he's going to be looking to pick up a little bit. General Jake, however, had very much the opposite. He looked a little off early on, but working with Halsey, he was a great number 2, and we saw incredibly strong defense from him against one of the championship contenders at Abu Dhabi with Scrivs, who had torn his way through the field and then just got stuck behind Jake for a while. So if he continues to develop the way he has, this Alpine could be a surprising threat in some races.
I have to say with General Jake, when he started racing full time for last season, I really think he was on the level as with Menai, Shaman and Lotz. But over the course of the season, he improved insanely and developed himself to a midfield driver. Well, General Jake spun out and almost hit the wall.
As we say that. But he kept it out the wall, so that's a good sign.
Definitely.
Although he forgot those hot tires. Hot tires.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have made a terrible. Oh, I should stop watching him, but we can't. It's like a.
Well,
like
you stop watching him.
Oh, Jake. Well, hon, who haven't we done? I think the only team we haven't mentioned by this point is the Red Bull. That is Remaster, moving over from Alfa Romeo at the end of last season.
Together with Jake doing half spin again.
Oh.
I keep watching him, my voice. I keep making fun of him. I'm sorry, Jake.
Brewmaster came through last season. Towards the end, started showing very impressive qualifying pace. Brought in great results towards the end of the season. Start of the season was okay, but yet again, he is a very strong driver. And he could be someone that, once again, could bring some surprising results. I say that, he's out! Oh, no.
Well, we gotta stop. We gotta stop talking about drivers because we clearly let them crash out.
I mean, he very much confirmed what I said when he would surprise people, because I don't think anyone expected that. His teammate for this season and team principal is Callum28, former commentated for Tier 1 alongside Ali. Took last season off from both racing and commentary, but has returned to the track this season as the team principal for Red Bull. Not the greatest start for him, as we see that at the end of Q1, Shaman, Minoy both out, Callum as well, alongside Outer Poem, and then Brewmaster, because of that crash, will be starting to P15, but not in to Q2.
And he would have made it as well to Q2, so that is heartbreaking for Brewmaster. But talking a little bit about the history of those two drivers, I'm sorry that I interrupted you, but I had to say it. Brewmaster is one of the drivers who I think improved the most this season. He was a little bit of the lower midfield guys, but improved himself to one of the top midfield guys. And Callum, I think the first 3-4 races of this season, he will struggle a lot. But I've seen it pace in Tier 2, even though it was not consistent, it was impressive, and I feel like within 4-5 races he will be making himself out of Q2, out of Q3 on a regular.
So just to quickly talk about the results of this session, it's probably not ideal for the Red Bull side of things, with 3 of their cars now being out of Q1. They probably would have hoped for a bit more. They would have gone a bit more as well if it wasn't for that little accident, but onwards and upwards. I mean, qualifying is not everything, and we're waiting for people to move on from the results screen. I don't know who we're waiting for, but we're stuck on the screen until they do.
Well, I definitely hope that we will not have the case of Cody's like we did yesterday. Well, we didn't even did a Q3 and decided to do a grid of Q2 results.
Oh god, I hope we don't have to do something like that. I mean, thankfully easy enough. If it comes to an issue like that, we can just get all the people that made it through to set a time and then have the remainder retire out. And we could skip through Q1, but I don't know who we're waiting on at the moment.
If one of the persons who did not press...
It's Callum28.
Oh, my team principal and owner is letting everyone wait. Good job, Callum. I'm truly proud of you, mate. Good job.
Oh, he was doing admin stuff.
Doing admin stuff while he's racing. Well, he has the time now because he's out. But
oh wait, no, I see what he was doing. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
So my trash talk of him was not justified?
Yeah, probably not. Oh, wow. Hey, those wanna become famous spam bots have gone a whole new level. They've just DM'd me. I've been DM'd by a spam bot.
Man, you should be on that.
Famous.
Well, Halsey left the session. I don't know if I should invite him back because we're still stuck on this screen.
That is a good question. I don't know what's going on with Halsey. He's been having some connection issues tonight.
Well, Halsey was also one of the drivers who struggled with it at times. His internet has definitely improved over the course of his time in NXR. But we have.
It seems we're having the same issue as we did last week, well, last night at the moment. Because apparently everyone is readied up.
Well, you truly gotta love Cody,
boy.
so EA. I don't even know who to blame anymore.
This is a well-made game. This is a functional, well-made game.
Good job, EA.
Well, here's the thing. If everyone there is loaded in, I have the concerning thought that could it be an issue on me or you, which is concerning.
Shall I just leave and see if I can trigger something?
Yeah, see if you leaving does anything. If it doesn't, then I'm not sure how
I
to do
just
this
left
next. And nothing has happened. Wonderful.
Well, what should we do? Should we maybe do a short quali with the 15 remaining people and then make a custom grid for the ones who got knocked out?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me take a picture of these Q1 results for the bottom people just to be safe in case we have to do something. So what we could do is if we set it to, well, if yeah, what we'll do is we will restart the lobby. I'll get it set up. We are going to if we just have the people who are knocked out retire and have everyone else just set a lap, the grid order won't be entirely accurate, but it'll be close enough without as much, like, while limiting the amount of hassle.
So you basically say we do Q1, everyone who got knocked out, so basically the top, basically the 6 people who got knocked out retires, and the remaining 14 drivers set a lap. Doesn't matter how fast, how slow you are. As long as they are true, we should be fine.
Could you put a message in the tier 2 chat explaining that while I set up the lobby again?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And spectator is the one that thinks, apparently.
Well, you got
okay.
I'm gonna choose to Callum 28.
If you is everyone still in the lobby?
I don't know, I'm not in the lobby yet.
Is everyone still in? Because if it is, then me and Milkman can just join back.
I'm already joining back, so I'm going to watch and see what happens. We are in qualification too, according to the loading screen. It seems like everyone is in.
Okay, we'll roll with that then. That solves a lot of issues.
Yeah,
we don't need to restart the lobby.
You,
that's good.
Killforce?
Yes. Okay.
So then, when this happens again, me or you has to leave again. Remaining to let it work,
well,
it seems. Because like it seems like a
maybe.
spectator issue.
Yeah, it might be. So we're going to miss the first part of Q2 as we slowly load back in, but technical difficulties are wonderful, and Codemasters are definitely not. Alright, there we are. Halsey is on track at the moment as we get back into this. He's missing a helmet. He's also missing the entire circuit. Don't think we didn't see that, Halsey.
What? Let me see that. Oh.
He just completely straight lined the S. Excuse you, sir. You can't save your tire wear by doing that. I know what you're up to.
Well, he's all definitely ignoring the safety regulations. Bad Halsey.
Well, he is... Oh, wait, why is my track map changed to that? There we go, full track map. He will be the first person that we will see getting onto a flying lap. We're looking... at the moment with the tyres selected, there's a good mix of mediums and softs right now. Halsey is on the mediums, sorry. So is Hurdle, J-Wall, Night Owl, and Raccoon. As well as Philip and Ryan, who haven't left the pits yet. Meanwhile, Jays is out on circuit on a set of softs. General Jake, Rio Fensom, Callum 11 and Luke Watkins are also on softs in the pit lane at the moment, but we don't know if they will be coming out on those.
I find it very interesting that fast drivers like Callum 11 and Rio Fensom decided to go, or at least pick the softs as it looks like right now, to make the lap. So am I wondering, are they going for a 2-stop or maybe going to go for soft hards? What do you think, Galeforce?
After what we saw last night, we've seen that strategies that the game doesn't think is possible are actually very possible. Like the soft to medium can be done. It takes some tire management and you're gonna suffer in the middle part of the race. But it can work very well, as the top two from last night were both on that strategy. Medium to hard tends to be your normal default strategy here. Simple one-stop, no problems. I would not be surprised to see a load of people, especially further down the order, go for it. I personally, if I'm as a person who's normally in the situation of being sort of out of position, not really feeling like you have the pace, taking a strange strategy that probably won't work, but you give it hell anyway and see what happens, by taking softs and, well, taking a 2-stop with softs and mediums, it can work. It's not the best, but it can work.
Well, in Bahrain, the 2-stop is definitely not ideal, and if you have like a setup and the skills to manage your tires really well, you can probably go for a soft hard, and then maybe surprise everyone if there's no safety cars, of course. But the time difference between the mediums and the soft in qualification is like over 1 second, if I recall that right. So we can definitely see some surprise knockouts in this qualification round.
Well, the first lap times are coming in. Halsey currently topping the timesheets with a 28.2. Night Owl comes through with a 28.3, so is Sciatic Hurdle. Honest Raccoon, not the best lap from him, with a 30.1 on those medium tyres. J-Wall about to come through now with a 28.6. One thing we didn't mention in the whole having to run down the field in Q1, the times were pretty close at the top. Like, we had Lion with a decent gap, but then the majority were pretty close overall.
I think it was like a different bit between the 3 and 4 tenths between the sub-top and midfield. So it will it will definitely be a tight season for those guys. Definitely.
It could be interesting. Raccoon is actually the next person we'll see coming through on a time. Actually, I might be wrong. That might be Lion.
No, you should be good
not.
because he's 6 tenths up.
It is Raccoon that's the next one to come through. He is improving. This is what he needs to do because his last lap wasn't great.
But actually, he should probably turn on his ERS because he has still turned it off.
Oh
he
wait,
still has turned it off.
That whole lap.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn the ERS on.
Oh no, and he's low on fuel.
Oh mate, you ruined your lap. You ruined your lap.
Oh, that could really hurt because he's done 2 laps on those mediums. The pace isn't bad. He just had no ERS on. So his pace is going to be so much slower.
I think it's definitely a second off. Like he should be like around there with Nighthall and Skyadic Hurdle.
Probably. It's a concerning time from him. NXR Lion comes through. He had invalidated that lap, so he's going to have to go again. General Jake will cross the line at 27.1 on the soft tyres. Followed by, that's Philip going onto a flying lap, and I believe Callum 11. No. That was J-Wall saying a second time. He did not... Oh no. He was taking a cooldown lap, and he's going for a second time now. Which Ferrari is that? That's Halsey going into the pits.
I'm
so
watching
it is NXR Lion that's next.
I am watching
Rio
Fencer right now,
Brian.
and he is ignoring the safety regulations as well, like Halsey does. So he definitely deserves a tap on the wrist as well. Bad Rio.
Ryan has jumped up to P5 with a 28.5. Rio Fencer, P2.
With a 27.8.
That's a good gap to the rest of the field from Rio. Obviously General Jake just ahead of him by about 6-7 tenths. However, that is on a faster compound of tyres. Jay's is coming through on a out lap. Raccoon has turned on his ERS, but is coming to the pits because he's low on fuel. Oh, buddy.
Not a smart way to use your ERS on an out-in lap.
Yellow flags. J-Wall has lost his front wing. TX Phillip coming across the line now to finish his first lap with a 28.0 on the mediums.
And Callum 11 right now has a purple sector too. I don't know if that is true, but it seems promising. He is on the mediums as well. Has some traffic, but it didn't seem to bother him. He takes that last corner very well. What time is Callum 11 going to set? And he sets a 28 flat. That's a good lap.
Just behind TX Phillip. It's again, like, we've got General Jake in front on the soft tyres. He's on a very different strategy to everyone else. Actually, there we go. Let me change it to best so it shows what they actually set that time on. But then you've got Lion and Rio very close on those mediums. You've got Philip and Callum very close. Then Halsey's got about a tenth behind him. To Night Owl and Hurdle, who are less than a tenth apart. We've got almost even with Ryan and Luke Watkins. Like, this is a very close field. And Honest Raccoon could be in that mix too if he had just turned on his ERS. Jay's on the softs.
Setting at 27.5. So with these two guys setting a time already on the softs, it makes you wonder who is going to take the risk and staying on the mediums, and who are going to go on the softs. I feel like from P7 all the way down should go on the softs, because I don't think they will be able to make it. But like I said, the softs is like 1 second faster, so I don't even think everyone is safe. It remains to be seen how many people are going to get the softs.
It'll be interesting to see who takes the risk, and well, Motorcycle is done. Motorcycle will not be going through. Well then.
Did he crash out? Because I missed it, to be honest.
I I don't think he did. If he did, I completely missed it too, so I am not sure. But, who is actually on a lap at the moment? Is that McLaren on a lap? No, he's on an out lap. Is Halsey on a lap? I think so. Wait, is Luke on? No, Luke's on an out lap. Okay, I think Halsey might be on a flying lap. Oh, Higgs, Honest Raccoon has just realised that he did not have any ERS on his flying laps.
Well,
oh, buddy.
No, boys, we already make you a fool out of it. Well, Rio Fenster thinks he is safe. Interesting. Interesting call from him.
I mean, he may think he's safe. He may just... I mean, it could also be a situation of, even if he's not safe, he doesn't want to be starting on those softs. So he's just playing it smart and just backing out, saving his tyres.
There's definitely There's definitely a possibility, because I was thinking if I knocked out of Q2 yesterday, I was probably even going to start on the hards, going for the alternate tire strategy.
Sorry, I was watching Halsey. He just jumped up to 5th with a 27.9 and then went into turn 1 and made his own corner.
Oh, you gotta laugh, Halsey, yeah?
Oh, oh, here we go. I think there's flying laps going on, but I think this is the most interesting lap of the session right now.
Well, Luke Watkins right now is on a lap trying to improve his 28.5. Definitely taking a risk, not going on the softs. But like you said, maybe his goal is also not necessarily to go through to Q3 and just start on the mediums or even the hard compounds.
He could be. Okay, I'm gonna jump away from watching this. Night Owl, I think, has just improved actually up to 6th place.
And Luke Watkins improved his time with a 28.1. And
he's taken the Halsey line.
I feel like Halsey and Luke Watkins needs to visit the FIA after this session.
Can we talk to people about their track limits on their in and out laps, please?
I think someone needs to update I think someone needs to update the on track rules. I'm looking at you, Yaps.
That thing popped those rear wheels up over the bump and nearly did a wheelie. Oh, mate. Ferrari pulling out all the stops tonight. J-Wall coming into the final turn now. He has changed to the soft tyres. He doesn't care about his strategy. He is coming in and puts in a 127.1, just jumping General Jake for currently fastest. I'm trying to see. Oh, Luke Watkins has had a spin. I'm trying to see.
I'm not surprised the way how he's driving. I just hope that he will not jeopardize anyone's lap.
I think he may have been out of the way of anyone. Sciatic Hurdle actually coming through the final turn.
Is Luke Watkins going for another lap? Oh no, he's getting in, never mind.
No, yeah, this... Oh, 26.8 from Hurdle does go fastest.
Callum 11 is on a lap, but it shows to me that he's already finished. That is odd.
It could be timing glitch, especially because we joined midway through. Honest Raccoon was going faster, but I think he invalidated that previous lap. He is on softs though, so as long as he can just set a time on these, he will be through. Callum 11 has just crossed the finish line. So has Ryan, and I think that was General Jake, but I don't think he improved again.
I just very interested someone to let you guys know that Honest Raccoon this time has turned on his ERS.
And he's already 6/10 up in Sector 1. This is an incredible improvement. Soft tyres and ERS, who knew that would be the key to a fast lap?
So there's a possibility that he will knock out Callum 11. But I don't think Callum 11 will mind that much, to be honest. If he's starting P11.
Yeah, he'll still get... Yeah, to start P11 on the medium tyres. An ideal for him. 1.3 up. That puts him to a 27.0. No, it doesn't. I can't
1.28
count.
flat.
28.0. Numbers are not good. Although the ERS being on will give him a lot of extra time down these two straights. As he puts in 127.4. P4 for Honest Raccoon.
And this is your grid. The people who are knocked out are Callum 11, Luke Watkins, YNR, and Motorcycle.
Are they?
Well, they are out on my screen.
I think they are. Well, it's because it's showing Philip still as, like, not having finished yet. Same with General Jake, actually.
Yeah, but DX Philip is the only one on my screen who hasn't finished.
Ah, there we go. Jake has just finished, so it's now only Philip.
Yeah, Philip. If any engineer of DX Philip can tell him that here he is in and he should not be improving his lap. But
it's taking a little bit.
It's interesting to see that we have we have 5 soft runners who are 2 to Q3 and 5 medium runners.
Philip actually went through the lap. Did improve by, I think, about a tenth there at the end, putting in a 27.9.
But I think it's definitely a confidence boost for him to improve that lap.
Yeah, I mean, he's third fastest out of the medium runners, less than a tenth off of Lion. Which, considering the pace we saw out of Lion on the softs, this switch to mediums, Rio and Philip much closer on pace. Halsey too. Hell, the whole field's much closer on pace on mediums to the Lion than they were on softs.
The difference is just 2/10 of the medium runners. So that means that those guys are pretty quick on a one lap pace. And may I attend you, but the difference between P6 and P13 on the mediums is just 4/10. That's nothing.
This could be a very close Q3, and the interesting part is, because we've basically got an even split, we've got 5 on mediums, 5 on softs. We don't know how those two groups are going to merge together now when everyone's on softs. We can assume certain people will be up the front, Lion, Philip, and Rio, given their lap times at the end of Q2. But we don't know about the lap times that are going to come out from everyone else.
Well, what we will clearly see is everyone will be on softs, and we will see who will be grabbing pole position. My favorite at the moment is Lion, but Rio Phantom could be definitely up there as well. We have to see what will happen. Well, the Ferrari takes the LC line again. What a quite of a comical duo the Ferrari is today. I mean, it's so funny, but also sad to see that they just ignore just cut the line. I mean, I have no words.
The problem is, and here's where my issue with this comes in. Say at the end of the session you leave the pits with a minute 30 on the clock. You mistime it, you come out a bit late. You can make it to the line by cutting the corners. You can't make it by driving normally.
Definitely,
and that's the problem, is that it can give extra laps to drivers where they shouldn't be getting them just because they're cutting corners and skipping parts of the lap.
Well, the issue that I have is if one of the drivers who cuts corners isn't really paying attention and ruins someone's lap or just even crash into him, that is the issue where I have with cutting those corners. And then the driver was just focusing on just getting through or just on his hot lap, and then suddenly a driver comes across the field cutting the corners in front of him or even hit him. That driver who's on track will be pissed, and rightfully so. because it's just dangerous driving.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, Callum 11's actually made a great point in Discord. I'm pretty sure we said things about not doing this after France last season in Tier 2.
Yeah, but then now the issue is
It hasn't been officially.
Yeah, there's no the on-track rules, also regarding blue flags and having a jump start as an AI. It has not been added to the on-track rules, and
Ooh.
that should definitely be the case, in my opinion.
Well, we have just been informed by the owners that after this race, from next week onwards, if any driver is caught doing such antics as we have seen from the Ferraris here tonight, they will receive a quali ban. Meaning that the very next race they are starting dead last.
May I ask you a question, Gilfos? Did
Yes.
they add that rule in the on-track rules?
I don't know. It was literally just said. It was literally just said in the admin chat, tagging us, saying, "Make sure that we say after this race, owners are implementing corner cutting punishment, which will be a quali ban."
I think it's a fair rule. Not gonna lie.
On-track rules will be updated after 2, so Callum has confirmed that those will be updated.
Don't forget the blue flags, the jump start as an AI, and retiring on track in quali. Will be appreciated.
As the times have been coming in, by the way, while we've been arguing about the rules and regulations, NXR Lion has come through with a 26.3, Halsey on his slightly fresher tyres than everyone else on a 26.7, TX Philip on a 26.8, Sadek Hurdle 27.0, Night Owl 27.2, 6th place for Honest Raccoon on a 27.3, a 27.6 from Jays in the Haas. J-Wall comes through with a 36.0, that's a flying lap from the Alfa Romeo. I can only assume he had an accident. And General Jake comes through with his first time of a 27.8. Is Halsey doing a second? No, Halsey straight to the
May I
pits.
inform you that Rio Fencer right now, who's still not wearing a helmet, has a purple sector 1. So Rio Fencer at the moment is on a flyer, and I'm riding on board with him. He is encountering some traffic. I hope the Haas will getting out of the way.
Trying to find Rio Fencer. There he is. I think he's in a good spot where he won't catch the Haas in the corners. He may.
Oh, he's
Depending
even
on
getting
what
a
the Haas
sneaky
does
toe.
here.
Oh, but he's already out of EOS.
Oh, did he invalidate his first lap?
No, I don't
And had
think
to go
so.
for a
It's
second? No.
a bit of a weird lap from Rio Fencer.
Did he just forget to turn it off on the outlap?
Uh,
Well, it's still good enough for P4 with a 126.8, just behind TX Philip.
To be honest,
Yeah,
I don't know how Rio Fencer used all of his EOS even before the last corner. And it still shows to me that he used his deployment. Definitely a glitch going on with Rio Fencer at the moment. But right now we are riding with Chaotic Hurdle. It shows to me that he is 1.1 second behind his lap. I don't know how true that is. Well, it must be true because he is entering the pits. And then the only persons who are on track right now is Rio Phantom and Halsey, who's on an out lap. And he has invalidated his lap, so I must be imagining that he cut the corner again. Good job, Halsey.
Here we go. I've just seen that apparently the Ferraris have heard the warning, and they have both apparently said they will not be doing any more of that.
Well,
so that's good to hear.
They probably went to the FIA head, Bredders, and he probably has slapped them on the wrist. Good job, brothers.
I think that's Bradders' methods. I think Bradders tends to slap them around actually.
I don't want to know what he will be doing.
If you get sent up to Bradders, oh boy.
Prepare yourself for a lot of trouble.
Elsie on another lap. I believe this is a fresh set of softs as well on the Ferrari. He's the only person on a flyer at the moment. Got the track all to himself. Probably no concerns even when it comes to traffic here, as he comes through sector 1, barely down on his best time, but that can be gained easily.
That is probably because
hello Yaps.
Hello Yappa,
Gloriously
how are you
doing,
doing, my favorite owner?
Apparently Jeffrey has been compared to me this season by Ali, and if I was Jeffrey I would be offended.
I mean, if I was Jeffrey and it would be compared to Gilforce, I would see that as a compliment.
Yeah, but apparently it was specifically this season me, which is which is so far a P19 in quali and a DNF in the first 10 laps.
I mean,
Elsie
it
was
just
actually
ways.
Elsie was nearly 2 temps up at the end of sector 2. He kept that same gap, does improve to a 26.5, can't jump Lion. Now he will be right in front of J-Wall, and there's a load of cars coming out the pits as well. This could get very awkward. J-Wall thankfully just clearing the, I believe that's the Alpha Tauri, or no it isn't, that's the Williams. I believe it. Who is that Williams? There's too much blue and it's two similar colours. That was Honest Raccoon coming out the pits, who thankfully stayed out of the way. How's he doing the same?
To be honest
Giving
with
J-Wall a nice clear track.
To be honest, with all the blue on track, I missed the yellow black livery from the Renault. There was a banger livery.
Yeah, it was nice. Like, there are a few cars that I wish would change their liveries just so we could have colours that aren't blue. Like, Red Bull's obviously going to be this, Williams probably as well. But like, Renault could have gone other things.
It's probably because Alpine color is blue.
True. J-Wall currently 6 seconds up on his lap. I would hope so too, because that first time was no bueno.
It will not even be enough for an improvement if he doesn't improve.
There was a lot of spinning in between the end of sector 2 and 3, and there it is.
9 seconds made up.
127.0 from the Alfa Romeo, puts himself P6.
Good job,
for
Gerald.
the time being. Halsey is actually going for a second flying lap.
I mean, he can definitely do that, but how much of an improvement will that make? Because the tire wear is quite harsh on the softs.
Ooh.
Oof.
Sorry, I just switched to Sadik Huddle. He was the next person that was going to come through with a time, and he had a huge snap of oversteer through the S's. And that could have gotten very messy very quickly.
And may I say that Halsey right now has a purple sector 1 and is up by more than a tenth at the moment. But it remains to be seen if he can keep that improvement, because those softs are already used. He takes a brake bias corner, very nice.
Oh, Phillips invalidated.
Unfortunate for him.
So it will be Halsey, the next person to set a time.
Halsey sliding throughout the corners at the moment. And he
Still
is
improving.
almost 2 temps up. With a purple sector 2 as well. So could this mean that he gets
needs a little
professional
bit more.
ball?
He needs just a little bit more in this final sector to jump Lion. Can he do it? Out
Will
of the
he?
final turn.
And he
Not
can't!
quite enough.
500 too slow on NXR Lion.
Honest Raccoon jumps up to P8 with a 27.2. Jays I don't know if... I think he improved, but it wasn't enough.
What will Night Owl do?
Night Owl.
P3 with the 26th.
Up to third.
Sixth. Kayak Hurdle is on a slow... I think he's on a slow lap, I don't know.
Yeah, he's on a slow lap. He was a second down in the middle sector. Rio Fensom was a couple tenths up. He could jump Night Owl here. I think he was about 2 tenths up at the end of sector 2. Nice and tidy through the last couple corners. It's
really
just
get
foot
P3?
down, DRS open.
He gets P3.
P3. Lion next across the line. Will he improve? He to a 26.2.
Well, one thing we have learned
P6.
today is that NXR Lion is the fastest on 1 lap pace.
General Jake came home in P6. Philip keeps P5. So a strong return from Philip. An even stronger return from Lion. Halsey looking to pick up where he left off, and Night Owl finds himself 4th once again.
Yeah, but what I find about Night Owl is he's a better racer than a qualifier, so I think P4 is a very good job.
It could be an interesting run going into the race here. Now, let's hope that everything works.
Well, the
yes,
countdown
we've got the
is
countdown.
starting, so we are
Okay.
happy with that.
We're good. Everything is fine. There are no problems. So we've got a lot of close times here. Let's see, just over a tenth between Lion and Halsey. Rio again, about a 1.5 back. Another 1.5 gets from Rio to Night Owl, and again another 1/10 from Night Owl to Philip. It's not a massive gap between anyone. If someone's able to put their times in more consistently than the others, this could be a very, very interesting race.
Definitely. Like Lion by now is on prime position to take the win, because he got pole position and starts on mediums as well.
Oh, true. I think Halsey also has the mediums alongside him. We'll know for certain in a minute. Actually,
I think the whole
say
top
in a
5
minute.
has the mediums, I think.
We'll give them 3 minutes. Well, we'll give them 2 minutes to sort everything out. We'll be getting them to ready up at 21:35. So 2 minutes should be plenty of time to sort out strategies and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're probably already waiting for 2 minutes, so they got 4 minutes, I think, to figure out their strategy, fuel, maybe even do a few setup tweaks, where they are allowed, of course, with the Park Ferme. So, Gilfos, what do you think outside the top 10? Will anyone go on the hards?
There are 2 drivers specifically that I could see taking the hard tyres here. From previous experience, I know Shaman is very willing to slap on a set of hards at the start of the race and just see what he can do. And I believe that Manoy is a person who would do very similar things. And when you're in a position like them, where you're a little off, like, you're not massively far off, but you're that little bit off of the front runner's pace that you're gonna have to do something different to get points, unless things get crazy.
Well, I think
It's
definitely
worth it.
I think definitely people like Shamin and Menai will be probably hoping for a safety car, like in the middle or late in the race if they start on the hards. Well, Shamin has left the session, so let me invite him hella quick.
Just a reminder to anyone, if you have disconnected during this part, if you're going to join back, do not take control of your car until the formation lap has ended and the race has started. Because otherwise it can break for you and your AI won't go. I'm saying this specifically to Shaman because I know he normally has the stream, or at least someone will have the stream and can relay this to him so that he doesn't get screwed before the race even starts.
Well, the confirmation that the whole top 5 on the grid is starting on mediums. So they.
Oh, there we go.
So
Ooh.
definitely the front 2-3 guys have an advantage because they can really pull away, and the soft runners can probably not get close to them.
We are seeing a much bigger split in strategies here than we were last night in Tier 1, where other than the top 4 on the grid who were on softs, everyone else was mediums apart from me and 19s.
To be honest, Callum is 11 is the only one who starts on hards. Then we have Luke Watkins still out of bone who starts on mediums, and then P17 till P20 starts on soft, which I find very surprising.
Other than Shaman, who's on the mediums in that pack. Now,
it shows for me that Shaman is on the softs.
Oh? Let me go have a look at his car. No, they still look like mediums. Now I'm very confused.
I see the red wall tires, so... Oh. What is Shaman doing to SJ?
Shaman is on Schrodinger's tires right now. They are medium and softs, and we will not know which.
Well, either way, still surprising tire choices, especially off the back of the grid.
I will say, in regards to the drivers back there on those soft tires, last night, I went with the very similar idea. However, Bahrain has an issue, and that issue is called the DRS train, where if you aren't able to make those moves quickly enough, you will lose out massively. You will just get stuck behind these medium runners and you will go nowhere.
And probably the tire performance will be equal past lap 4, lap 5, so you will definitely... those softs will definitely bite you in the ass way quicker than you expect. I definitely get the plan trying to get aggressive, but I think if you're at the back of the grid, you definitely want to start on the harder compounds.
Yeah, I think normally the best tire to start a race on is the mediums, no matter what track. Just because if it's a track where a 2-stop can happen, starting on those mediums sets you for the 1-stop. If it's a track where ideally you want a 2-stop anyway, start on the mediums, get softs at the end, but if there's safety cars, those mediums will let you adapt much easier than the softs will. And it's just giving you a bit more freedom. Alright, here we go.
Here we go. It shows to me that... Oh, never mind.
There we go. 5 lights. And... it's go in Bahrain. Shaman having a very slow start at the back. It's a good start from Halsey, but Lion gets away very well. Rio Fensum trying to get around the outside of the Ferrari, bit further back, people all over the circuit. You see Luke Watkins having to go wide at turn 3 and makes contact. A bit of a risky rejoin from Luke, and it causes him to get hit.
Rio Fensum spun around by, I believe it was Nightall.
No, Rio's fine.
No, Rio Fensum spun out.
Oh, what?
He's P90 now at the moment.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'm seeing him P3 right now.
I think I need to leave and rejoin then.
That might be worth doing, because that sounds that's very different from what I'm seeing. NXR Manoy has made an incredible start. It is up to 10th. What on earth? No slight on Manoy, but I don't think anyone expected to see a start like that out of Manoy jumping up the order that quickly. Let me get... where is it? Give me positions gained. Where is that? Oh god, I'm forgetting how to do this screen. There it is.
Every time that happens, when Guilfoyle is excited.
Rio Fensom, Halsey and NXR Lion held their positions in 1st, 2nd and 3rd. General Jake up 2 places in 4th. Sciatic Huddle up 2 in 5th. Night Owl and Philip have both lost 2. J-Wolves and Honest Raccoons staying where they are in 8th and 9th. NXR Manoy is up from 18th to 10th. Luke Watkins has gained 1 place. Jays is down 2. Ryan has held on to 13th. Callum is up 3 on those soft tyres as Jay loses another position. Motorcycle down 1. Poem stayed about the same. Callum 11 is down 7 places. SJ is up 1. He is actually here. That's good news. And Shaman down 1 position, although his start seemed very slow. But Lion, my goodness, Lion has already pulled nearly 2 seconds out in front. Yellow flags further back. That is Callum 28 having an issue at the double left-hander. I believe that's turn 10. Not entirely sure what happened there. We didn't quite see it. We're looking... I was going to say we're looking at the barrel at the front, but there is an almighty squabble here. And Manoy falling down the order.
Oh,
Manoy is
out of the session. I didn't quite catch up what happened.
I missed it as well. I was trying to get down to it, and then I just saw him suddenly falling down the order.
It's a virtual safety car right now. It might get promoted to a safety car, but it doesn't look like it.
I think this will just be a normal safety car. This could be very good if you're in a position like Halsey, because Rio was just about in DRS range.
The only person who is pitting at the moment is Jay, and that surprised me a bit.
Is he getting repairs? Could you see if he's getting a new front wing?
Yeah, he's getting a new front wing.
Because he may have been involved.
He's getting a new front wing and getting on the hards.
There could have been contact between the Hasses then. I'm not going to say anything for certain because we missed it. We don't know. But considering those two were close on track, one is out and one had to get a new front wing, I think it is possible Manoy and Jays may have had a coming together in the S. Which is unfortunate. Manoy had an incredible start. He gained so many positions there, and I think that was a surprise to anyone. Just to see somebody go up 8 places in the first half a lap. I think that rivals Scribs' start at Abu Dhabi, if we're being honest.
Well, to be honest, it doesn't rival for me because he eventually crashed out and he is dead last and will not be happy probably about it, especially if it is true that the teammates took him out.
Well, we are back in business. This virtual safety car has ended and there is an almighty train here. And not only that, DRS is enabled as they come out the final turn. Rio Fenton will 100% have DRS on Halsey.
And NXR Lion already pulling away almost 2 seconds from Halsey. He's even weaving a bit, probably warming up his tires.
Rio Fenton tries going around the outside. Little bit of contact between him and Halsey. Both end up cutting the corner because of it. Hurdle and General Jake on the soft tyres are sat there ready to pick up the scraps when this all goes wrong because they are getting feisty. TX Phillip and Jay will get past General Jake there. So Jake has had an issue. Night Owl's come up to 5th. He's now on the back of this. I don't know if Jake may have been caught in that little squabble.
It doesn't look like
Jay.
Jay. Oh, Jay will cutting in the inside of Jay roll. And then Jay will goes in the inside of the hairpin from General Jake. Oh, they make contact! They keep it on track, but they cost him time.
Motorcycle. Sorry. But yellow flags, Motorcycle has gone off.
And Honest Raccoon almost pulled off a double overtake.
Someone to watch right now, Sciatic Hurdle. He's just made up another position on Rio Fenton. He's putting those soft tyres to good use. That VSC also will have helped him save those tyres a little bit to just have that bit more performance for a little longer.
I keep right now
on the back of Halsey.
I might not keep an eye on the 4-way battle between 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th.
Oh, and that is, I believe that's Callum 11 that's had an issue. A little spin there as he gets passed by the other Callum.
Yeah, he spun round. He probably touched the inside curb. It doesn't look like he has wing damage, but we don't know for sure.
Hurdle with DRS.
Oh, Jay Roll is pitting. That's early.
Hurdle is using everything right now on these soft tyres. Full attack because his ERS light is already flashing. He will have DRS again on Halsey here. Halsey going very defensive. He's been doing a good job holding on so far. Can he continue it? Little bit of wheel bashing. Round the outside, Hurdle gets forced wide and gets a penalty because of it.
Oh, that might be a bit controversial. Either way, Jay will pitted for hards. He did not change his wing, so that he might be on for a 2-stop probably. I don't see the hards making it till the end from lap 5.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if the hards can do that many laps. We've seen how far those softs can be, those mediums and softs can be extended. Especially
it's definitely the case, yeah.
I don't know. I think, although I do think that the pace difference may hurt them more than it helps them. Halsey has dropped down the order, by the way. I don't know what happened there, but I've seen him suddenly drop to 6th. I missed that.
I see that Halsey has a little bit of technical difficulties regarding his Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I hope it doesn't hurt him too much.
Honest Raccoon has gone off. I think General Jake may have had a coming together with Honest Raccoon there. This is not ideal for those two on the soft tyres. Hurdle is up into 2nd place. Under pressure from Rio Fensom.
And Rio Fensom make the overtake.
If you're Hurdle, you need to get past Rio on this 2nd DRS straight and use that middle sector in these soft tyres to pull a gap.
Yeah, but Scared Hurdle is already out of EOS. Like, he really burned it. And I think the mediums are getting stronger and stronger now compared to the softs.
Night Owl on the back of Hurdle now. Hurdle very slow through the S. Night Owl looking to the outside. Not quite able to get alongside in the hairpin. Checking up a little. TX Phillip lurking behind this pair as well. Credit to both Ferraris though, even with Halsey's issue dropping him from 2nd there, he is still in 6th place, his teammate right behind him in 7th. The only other teams with both cars in the points are Mercedes in 1st and 9th and AlphaTauri in 2nd and 10th. As they climb up the hill. Hurdle pulling a little bit, but Rio Fensom has gotten out of 1 second. He is out of DRS range for Hurdle. Which is going to leave him vulnerable to this pair behind. Oh, and that is Outer Poem having an issue at the S. Oh, and he's completely lost his front wing.
That is heartbreaking for him. He did so well at the moment, and then probably clipped the inside curb.
Hurdle in. This has to be a 2-stop for Hurdle, going in that early.
I think so too. Well, Ryan is going for an overtake on Railmaster, will he? No, he will not. He decided to wait. Will he go?
Phillip did get past Night Owl for 3rd place though. Hurdle has fitted a set of mediums and will 100% be on the 2-stop strategy. Outer Poem has gone from a set of mediums to a set of hards. So he's going to try and go to the end. That's a very early stop for the 1-stop medium to hard. Yellow flags middle sector. Callum 28 has had an issue. Gone off at Grosjean's wall. Is he in one piece? He seems in one piece.
At least he didn't went up in flames.
Thankfully.
Well, while I'm watching the battle between the Brewmaster and Ryan, Ryan definitely saving up his EOS while Brewmaster is trying to pull away from his DOS. But if Ryan is getting close enough this lap, he will probably get the overtake done at the main DOS. He tried it last lap as well, but was not successful. It depends on that, while Brewmaster goes very wide.
Up ahead, Phillip, Night Owl, Halsey,
never
Luke
mind,
Watkins
because
still in
Brewmaster
a
is
train.
going. Oh, no, he's not going to pit. Never mind, he fooled me.
He just pulled to the right to break the draft. Luke Watkins does get past his teammate. I wouldn't be surprised if these Ferraris are purposefully just trading DRS, not holding each other up, just trying to keep the distance to his pack ahead. Rio's gains on this pair behind him as well have kind of stopped now that Hurdle is pitted and is out of the way. Honest Raccoon, fresh set of softs, new fastest lap of the race. He's down in P14 at the moment. Shaman losing 2 spots there. Very easily as well, and has lost a lot of time. I don't know if he made a mistake in the early part of the lap. But TX Phillip just outside of DRS range, and that's an issue for that boy SJ in the S's.
Oh, we have a virtual safety car. Scary goes.
Yep, that is a lot of debris from that boy SJ. He has lost his front wing. Now, this could be interesting. It's virtual safety car. I don't know if Lion can pass SJ. And if SJ's having to slow down because of his lack of front wing, that could cause Lion to be backed up towards Rio, towards Phillip, and towards Night Owl.
That's definitely an interesting situation. Also, if the virtual safety car takes a while, I think it's the perfect time for Callum 28 and General Jake to pit now. Because then the pit stop will be just taking not as long as it normally will do.
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think with the strategy there...
General Jake goes in the pit.
Jake is in.
I think if he goes for the one stop, he will go on hards, but he decides to go on mediums. So I think he will do 2 stop.
I was thinking that maybe him and Callum were going to stretch those softs a little further, just to go with a similar strategy to what we saw from Kimi and Chaotix last night. Just stretch the softs until you can go to mediums and get to the end on those.
Yeah, I'm not certain if General J can make it to this set of mediums. It will be tough.
Early.
However, not impossible, because I did a race on Bahrain with 98% tire wear on mediums when I finished. So it's definitely possible, but not recommended.
You'll be slow as a brick on those tires by the end, surely.
Oh yeah, I was just holding everyone up for my teammate.
Well, out in front, actually, that VSC worked out very nicely for TX Phillip, because he is close to within a second of Rio Fensum now. The gap between first and second now up to just under 5 seconds between Lion and Rio. But Phillip now has DRS on Rio. This will defend him from Night Owl's attack. Night Owl also getting DRS to protect himself from the Ferraris, who are just outside of his DRS range, unfortunately for them. But this is going to be a little train for a while. The pack's going to slowly accordion up to the back of this Alpha Tauri, and then it's seeing who can get the move done and pull away.
Well, I think how this race goes so far, it's definitely confirmed that Lion is the fastest of them all. He's basically doing a Lewis Hamilton at the moment, pulling away from everyone. I think looking at this race so far, he's probably the favorite for the Tier 2 championship. And I'm surprised also that TX Phillip is doing so well after his little break in Season 3. I think the break did well for him.
Honestly, yeah, he was a strong driver in the early seasons of Tier 2. He struggled a little last season, had a large amount of DNFs and took the break, and it seems like that break has done a lot of good, because he is back to where he was. He was a consistent front runner, and he is back there once again. He is pushing now. Is Rio pitting, or is he just baiting? He's pitting! At the end of lap 10, Rio Fensum in, so's Halsey. Are they going for a 2-stop?
Yeah, they are. Because Rio Fensum will pitting on a fresh set of mediums. That means he has to pit another time
and
on
Halsey
the
too.
softs. So these two are going on a 2-stop.
This is fascinating, because this could really shake things up. The 2-stop is not the ideal strategy here, but if you can make it work. Speaking from experience, you can make it work. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because we don't quite know what everyone else around them is on in terms of strategy. Luke Watkins obviously not pitting yet, but he would have been double stacked with his teammates, so we'll be curious to see if he comes in this time by to copy the strategy of his teammate, or if he will be extending to the one stop.
I think it's definitely a smarter idea to go for the one stop, because the two stop, I really don't think that is a good idea on Bahrain. I'd like to be surprised, but I think Elsie and Rio Fenton make a boo-boo regarding this tire strategy. But I could be mistaken.
I'm not sure if it's the right move. Luke Watkins stays out, so he is very much staying
going
with a
to
different
overtake
strategy.
Nighthall, it seems. Yeah, he does. Will he finish the move? Yes, he does. Nighthall is not putting up a fight, knowing that he will be in his DRS right now. Could probably overtake him next lap.
But a much better exit that time from Luke Watkins. So he should be safe from the DRS of Night Owl here, and if he's able to keep up the pace we saw just now, he might be able to pull out of DRS range, because he's already got 6/10 of a second.
But I have to say, I'm really impressed with Luke Watkins as well. I think he is a very good driver, sub-top at least. But that he is right now P3, and he could be up for a podium, and that will be not a shock, but a bit surprising, to say the least.
I don't think it's surprising that Luke Watkins is up here. Like, we saw over the course of last season that he's been improving. I think especially with the draft, with the movement of certain drivers in and out of Tier 2, I think the movements that happened have very much put Luke Watkins in a position to be a number one contender this season, or at the very least contending for podiums on a consistent basis.
Well, this has the draft has definitely given the opportunity to drivers like Luke Watkins, DX Phillip, Brewmaster to shine and get the attention of the TPs for next season.
I saw a yellow flag, sorry. That was just SJ having a little issue on the back straight, but he seems to be okay now.
It's definitely not
Night Owl.
SJ's day.
Night Owl seems to be slower in the corners than Luke Watkins. Even with DRS, he's actually lost time on that lap. And Rio Fenton putting in the new fastest lap of the race.
So there's a
I want to
possibility.
see something.
Well, you're seeing something. There is a possibility that Luke Watkins are running on higher wings than Nighthall is, but Luke Watkins is also out of DRS, so that means that Luke Watkins on the straights is a sitting duck.
Well, the problem is Luke Watkins has been pulling out of the corners. Like, his run through turns 1, 2, and 3 has been what's been keeping him safe from Night Owl.
Yeah, but like on the
Also,
straight, he gained like 2/10 Nighthall. Well, he doesn't take that corner particularly nice, but I think he should be good.
just an update on what I was going to check. Rio Fenton currently 26 seconds off the lead after his pit stop, and that gap is coming down slowly. What we worked out last night when I was taking on my new job of race engineer for Chaotix and Jamie Jacko is the pit delta here is around 22-23 seconds. So he needs to gain a little bit more to get in that window if he's going to try and undercut Lion, but he's 100% got ahead of Phillip and will have a decent margin when they all pit.
Well, I don't think Lion... Well, we have a yellow sector 3 and that's a hard round, and that is Jay. Lost his front wing, so he needs to pit again.
Speaking of pit, Night Owl comes out of the pits now, just behind Callum 11. Callum on 13 lap old hards. I don't know how much of a fight he's going to be able to put up against these fresh hards from Night Owl. But, I mean, for reference...
Night Owl is not going for an overtake.
I mean, for reference, Night Owl was in a pack with Rio and Halsey before those two pitted.
Night Owl is pushing
about...
Callum around at the moment.
He's about 3.5 seconds off the back of Halsey now. So he's lost a lot from that undercut, but will that be enough when it comes to the second pit stop?
Will Naito do an overtake now? He's really close.
He's close, he's got better tyres. Callum looks defensive.
He's not going to do it. He's waiting for the main straight, which is... Oh, he going on the...
Oh. He backs out of it, but he's going to have a better run through here, just a better
I think
grip from the
Callum wants
tyres.
him to... I think Callum wants Naito to overtake him, so he can overtake him back on the DRS straight. But Naito thinks, no way, Jose, I'm going to overtake you there.
Ryan into the pits out of P5, taking off those mediums, putting on a set of hards. He's now going to the end. Night Owl in the DRS and the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo pulls out, makes a nice easy move, and then tucks back across to the racing line. Lovely little overtake, nice and simple.
Coming back at the pit stop strategies of Rio Fensum and Lion, I don't think Lion will be bothered about Rio Fensum if he knows that he pitted on the same set of mediums again, because Rio Fensum is not really gaining on Lion, and Rio Fensum needs to pit again on a different set of tire compound. So I think Rio Fensum and I believe Halsey shot themselves in the foot.
I don't think they're going to be able to pull anything over on Lion. However, the amount of time that Rio has gained since pitting on the likes of Phillip, on the likes of Luke Watkins, on the likes of Night Owl, could play out very nicely for them come the end of the race when they make their second stop and have a fresh set of soft tyres on the car.
Well, they will definitely be stronger than, I think, most of the hard tyres. Even though, I think Lion, Phillip, Luke Watkins and Rumas are maybe stretching it for the softs, which will be definitely possible. And definitely for Roomasters, because Roomasters did not qualify for Q3 nor Q2, so that means he has a fresh set of mediums under his car, and it will definitely help out, like for 1 or 2 extra laps.
Hurdle just losing out a position there to Halsey. Hurdle also on the one stop, however he started on soft tyres, so he will at the very least be pitting for, well, he'll be pitting one more time either for a set of mediums or softs. But right now we have a fight for the last points paying position. Honest Raccoon and J-Wall going at it. Soft tyres versus hard tyres, but the tyres are the same age, so the hards may have the advantage here.
I definitely think the hards will have an advantage, because I will not be surprised if Raccoon's softs will be close to puncture territory, or even already at puncture territory. So I definitely hope that Raccoon will not take this thing too long and catch himself a puncture.
He could probably get another 2 laps out of these tyres before it becomes a real issue. I think he should be okay. He's definitely going to have to pit again though, which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
A lot of the cars ahead of him still need to pit, so who knows how this is going to play out. This is the closest battle on circuit other than General Jake and Ryan, although I believe Ryan has only recently come out the pits, whereas General Jake's been on those mediums for a few laps now, and I believe is on a 2-stop. And Honest Raccoon, there he goes, into the pits. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's not ideal. And Ryan gets past General Jake, DRS assist, no real fight being able to be put up by the Alpine. The used hards don't quite have the pace, but he's going to try and come back to him as they come into turn 4, not close enough. A little wiggle by Ryan just to sort of fake a defense, see how Jake reacts, and nothing Jake can do.
Oh, Ryan is drifting to the corner and he's gone wide. Luckily no crash with the wall. But
he got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting there, I believe. I think it's almost impossible to say he gained an advantage from that, given what happened there, so I think given the fact that he's on hards, as long as he doesn't have to pit again before the end of the race, I would be very willing to say that will probably be taken off, because we have done such things before.
All he needs to do is set that incident into the incident report, and his 5 seconds will be most likely removed.
Yeah, I mean, we've both, well, you've seen it, I just missed it, but having seen the fact that he lost positions, I don't think the corner cut did him any good.
No, like, it wasn't even a corner cut, he was just drifting right. Like Mario Kart style.
Rio Fensum on these fresh mediums has actually caught Brewmaster. Brewmaster, obviously, as you mentioned, started on mediums at the back of the pack after having his crash in Q1. He gets out of the way.
Well,
that
they are
makes sense.
kind of teammates, so that makes sense.
Yep, that's just smart from Brewmaster. He knows where his fight is, and by squabbling with Rio, it's not going to go well for him.
Now,
I do think it's interesting.
Rio did a little wave to thank him, probably, so that is definitely appreciated by Rio Fensum. And that means that he can be even in the pit stop range of Lion.
Well, here's the thing that is very worth pointing out. Lion, Philip, Luke Watkins and Brewmaster are still going on these medium tyres.
Nope, these two are not.
Well, Philip and Luke Watkins aren't, but I believe these guys will be going to a set of softs.
Well, I think Lion can just go on for how long he can go on mediums and just pit for softs as late as possible, and even go for the fastest lap of the race. Oh, well, saying that, Lion had a little oversteer moment and almost went wide. Now these tires are definitely gone at the moment.
Here we go. Luke Watkins and Philip come out the pits. They are just with Night Owl. I'm just trying to work out. So they have lost. How much have they lost to Rio here? Oh, yellow flags, final sector. I believe that's an Alpine. I think that's another issue for SJ.
Yeah, that is. And he caused a virtual safety car. I believe he lost his. Yeah, he lost his wing. Man, this is definitely not the race of that boy SJ. He already couldn't made it in qualification, and I guess that played a little bit in his head too much.
He had some issues at the end of last season. It seems like those issues have carried over to this season, which is unfortunate for him. Oh, SJ collision with Jays. Oh, on pit entry.
NXR Lion will be pitting this lap, which is the logical move because there's a virtual safety car, so it will save him time. And I think Rio Fensum should pit as well. If the safety car lasts... Oh, no, never mind. Safety car is over.
Oh, hurdle drive-through penalty.
Oh, his race went from decent to worse.
It's not great for him. I think Rio, even if the VSC stayed out longer, I don't think Rio should have pitted, no matter what. Like, he is in a good spot on strategy.
Yeah, but...
Actually, no, wait, no, he needs to two-stop. Never mind.
Yeah, but like he didn't change tire compound.
Yeah, he still needs to make another stop. I forgot that.
Yeah. So
hurdle comes in.
So I'm looking for Rio Fensum. The virtual safety car was over really quick. So what do you think? What do you think, Galeforce? Will Lion get the fastest lap of the race and secure the 26 points?
I think he has a good shot at it. I do think that Brewmaster, Rio and Halsey taking a set of softs right at the end here could maybe steal it from him. And it'll be interesting to see. But like Brewmaster and Rio have, well, Rio pulled a really good undercut on this pair of Luke Watkins and Philip. But it's just not going to play out. I don't think the time is there. Because once he pits, he's going to come out down. He'll be just within the points, I think. I think Rio's going to come out in 11th place.
I'm not looking at Brewmaster, who still needs to pit as well. And I think he will be... P11, Brewmaster. He's pitting now.
Yep.
So let's see
He'll
where
be
he comes.
He may be P11, but he will have those fresh, soft tyres. Meanwhile, Philip and Luke Watkins battling it out. Luke Watkins with the fastest lap, but Philip takes the position.
Halsey is following
DRS
him
gets the
in,
win,
going
he's
on the
by.
soft as well. And Alfa Romeo
So
is getting
Callum.
pitting as well. Yep, that's Callum.
Yep, 20 laps on those hard tyres. He's earned a set of softs for the end of this race.
And it looks like Roommaster will be P8. So not a bad stop for him. And he will be saying P8 because Ryan was not fast enough to overtake him. So that means Roommaster can hunt for General Jake, J-Will, and maybe possibly Night Owl.
Not just General Jake though, because what's happened here is Roommaster's pit a lap early. He was less than a second behind Rio.
General Jake spun around! He touched the inside curb of turn 5, I believe. Turn 6 maybe?
Oh.
That was a bit dangerous for General Jake.
Hot tires, Jake. Gotta.
Yeah, but he also hit the side of the kinetic hurdle.
Oh, and he's just on the racing line.
I mean, what General Jake is definitely not doing this on a safe way, to say the least.
There's a new fastest lap from NXR Lion. Now, what I was gonna say before Jake had his little spin, as Rio Fenton pits, I think Roommaster's gonna undercut him.
Roommaster will definitely undercut him. Roommaster is on the...
He's in P7, fresh set of softs. He was less than a second behind before the pit stop. As he comes down the start straight, he didn't fight Rio before. They're going to be fighting now at the end.
Rio will be cutting out, and it will be tight. And they are next. They are side by side. Will they give each other good enough room? Yeah, they will. But Roommaster is ahead. But Rio Fenton is really close, but he does not have DRS, so he will not make the overtake. So he needs to wait another round.
Roommaster was just close enough as Rio came out the pits to gain DRS off of him to help him pull a little bit more down that second straight.
Do you want a little round out of the penalties we have, or should we just wait till the end?
I think we leave that for the end. See what comes up.
Then I will not tell, but anything I will say is that Ryan R and that boy HJ are not looking good on them. That's all I'm saying.
We know Ryan has a 5 seconds that will probably not last.
Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely the case. But if so, it's not looking good for him. But either way, I'm looking out now at Rio Fenton and Roommaster. They are going to have a nice battle with each other. I will not be surprised if Rio Fenton will overtake him.
I would actually not be too surprised if we see them just start trying to trade DRS off each other. Rio gets the DRS here, passes, then Roommaster comes back on the second straight. Oh, never mind. Wait. That was just lag. Never mind. No defense from Roommaster.
Yeah, but also they are catching up J-Wall as well.
I think they're in range for J-Wall, so I think Rio will have DRS on the Alfa Romeo here.
No, he does not, but
no, not quite.
He will be overtaking next lap, I'm for sure. And probably Roommaster will get behind him as well, but he is one lucky boy at the moment.
Forget next lap, Rio's going for it now, round the outside, and that's job done.
No, that's not job done, because J-Wall is around.
Oh.
I guess...
I couldn't tell from my angle if there was, I didn't even see the contact, if there was any.
I didn't saw the contact as well. I just saw J-Ball spinning round when it already happened. But that is like J-Ball's race over.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate for J-Wall there. Oh, yellow flags. That's J's at the exit of...
J again.
Well, towards the start of Sector 3, having an off.
Probably clipped the inside curb again on the long right hand corner.
I think it may have actually been on the exit of the tight right hander after it. So
I don't know what Jay is doing. He's really slow.
He was just letting these three go by. Because Rio, Roommaster, and Halsey were coming by, and Rio with the new fastest lap
Jay
of
is
the
going
race.
to pit. Will Jay retire?
Oh, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Ryan into the pits.
I will not
That's
be
gonna
surprised
serve
if
his-
Jay will retire.
Well, we can't remove the 5-second penalty from Ryan now because he has just pitted. That's going to take it off.
Either way, we have an exciting battle for second, by the way, so
Oh yeah, these two are still going at it.
I think we definitely have a podium together unless there's any accidents, but the battle for P1 is, I think it's clear that Lion will win unless he does something stupid. But the battle for P2 is definitely not over yet because they are like 4-5 tenths from each other.
This could be a very good little fight towards the end, although I see a little red light flickering on the back of a Ferrari, and I don't see one flashing on the back of a Williams.
Well,
So
it's
Luke
happening now,
Watkins-
so they are both out of EOS.
Oh yeah, they're both just using everything they've got here. They've got
Well-
13 seconds back to Night Owl, so they're not going to be under pressure from him.
And which may be an interesting battle as well is for P5, because Real Phantom and Master are just 3 seconds away from Night Owl, who are on 10 laps old hearts. However, take in mind that Real Phantom has a penalty, so I don't know if Real Phantom will be able to get P4 due to that. But I don't even know if Night Owl will be able to keep it. That will be interesting as well. So the top 6, so from P2 to P6 is very interesting indeed.
Come down into the S's. Oh, I think there was some lag there for Halsey because he has just dropped massively off the back of Brewmaster.
Well, what I think of the internet issues with Halsey, I feel like maybe it hit a little bit last season as well, that it will hold them back of going for a possible championship. If he cannot figure his internet issues out. Because Halsey is a quality driver, let's not doubt about that. It is more his Wi-Fi is holding him back.
Watching this fight for second, I think Philip has the better pace compared to Luke Watkins, because Luke is using everything he has and is not able to get close enough to make a move here.
Yeah, I have to say I don't think Luke Watkins is making smart use of EOS. What I would have done if I was in his situation is just save it and let Philip use all of his. But then when the time is there, just strike and then get out of the DOS.
Yeah, for me, like in this situation, the ideal move is you have DRS, so just pressure, because it will force the lead car to use theirs, and then as soon as you see that light flashing, you know you'll have more than them because you know they're now below 20. So that's when you can just pounce and they'll have very little to come back at you with.
And saying that, Real Phantom and Wheelmaster, I think had a little off because he's away from Real Phantom, but they have catch up to Night Owl, so Night Owl is in danger.
As they climb up the hill, the gap about under half a second, and it keeps dropping. Night Owl's going to be under a lot of pressure as they come onto the start straight here.
And we can confirm there will be no safety cars anymore because we have 2 laps to go. I don't know about the virtual safety car, but that will not help Night Owl anymore. So Night Owl is in trouble.
Yellow flags, but I believe that was just Jay letting a couple cars past as they were lapping him.
Yeah, he probably got the blue flag, so that is a smart move by Jay. And I missed the overtake of Leo Phantom on Night Owl, and he made the move on. Now he needs to pull away, I believe 3 seconds, but I'm not going to spoil that yet.
He just got up the inside going into the corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to close the gap.
Fighting back.
Rio Fensum low on ERS. We can see the light flashing. Nothing on Night Owl. Rio's been pushing. Night Owl has been conserving on these hard tires. He is able to use that now to stay in range of the Alpha Tauri.
Rio Phantom has still young, soft tires, so I will not be surprised if he like pull away within 2 laps.
He can pull away, but if Niall can make good use of his ERS and DRS, he may still be within that 3-second window.
Yeah, but then it will be an interesting battle of P5 because Roommaster will catching up on him as well. But I think Roommaster needs to find the consistency because he's struggling already with 5 laps old softs, and I find that a bit surprising. We have a yellow flag.
Oh, Ryan off.
Oh, that's
Sector 2.
I don't know
I
what
saw
happened
Mercedes off and I panicked.
I mean, I first thought it was an Alpine. I thought, oh boy, that's NJ again.
And Brewmaster just outside of the 1 second from Nightowl. Nightowl still staying in DRS range to Rio. He may be about to fall out of it at the end of this DRS straight. He was close enough at the detection point, but I don't think he'll have it once they get to the back section of the circuit. Philip, however, in second place, still just holding that gap to Luke Watkins, and Luke doesn't have enough to really fight back here.
Yeah, but
He's
Dix
just gonna
Philip
have
at the
to
same
settle
time is saving a little bit more EOS than Luke Watkins does, and I think that will help him out on the long run.
Can confirm Nightowl now out of DRS range from Rio Fensom. Brewmaster is in DRS range, and unlike Rio, there is no penalty for Brewmaster. This one will be for position, and in theory it will be for 4th place.
In theory as well, but like Rio Fensom's tires are still young, so will Rio Fensom be able to pull away and make it, I think, a 3-second gap, but I don't know yet. I didn't watch the penalties for a while. Oh, Rio must have a little oversteer moment, but he keep it together and is probably going for the overtake. He's really close to Nightowl.
Gonna try and use what he can out of the corner, but he doesn't have much. ERS is low.
Rio Master is not
Brewmaster has
even
a bit
using
more.
his EOS.
That's smart. You don't need to use it if you don't have to. It is the final lap of the race.
Oh.
And Brewmaster. Oh. Nightowl now just over 2 seconds behind Rio. If Rio can pull 1 more second on this lap, he will actually... If he has a 3-second penalty, he will lose the position to Brewmaster, but may be able to stay ahead of Nightowl. Is Brewmaster going to pull...
I'm sorry, may I attend you that Rio Fensom has the fastest lap of the race, so if he stays in a point, he will get that extra point as well. Because the fastest lap of the race is a 27.09.
While these battles go on, a man who's not had much to battle with all race, Lion, comes home to take the first win of the season in Tier 2.
I must be imagining that was a bit of a boring race.
Luke Watkins, 0.4 of a second behind TX Phillip. He's not close enough to really make a move. That's that game over there. And what about Brewmaster, Nightowl and Rio Fensom? Nightowl still just within the window. Ryan's had an off in the middle sector. As they come across the line. No, Rio could not pull the gap. He does lose out to Nightowl, so that's Brewmaster 4th, Nightowl 5th, Rio Fensom 6th. Halsey comes home in 7th with Callum 11 8th. Honest Raccoon currently sat in 9th. He has penalties, I don't know how much, but that will probably cost him to spot to J-Wall. Yep. And that puts Honest Raccoon in the last points paying position. People behind have penalties.
I can confirm that this is the top 10.
And yep, General Jake does jump Sadic Hurdle thanks to penalties. I don't think there's going to be a battle here, but Motorcycle and Ryan coming through on this last lap to finish 13th and 14th. And Outer Poem as well comes home to round out the field. A couple other drivers finishing a lap down, the likes of Shaman, Callum, and J's, as well as that boy SJ, and
And Roelmaster is chosen driver today. He started P15, if I believe, makes it all the way to P4. I say the driver of the day selection is justified for Roelmaster. Well done, Roelmaster.
yeah, honestly, a great drive from him. It has been a great start to the season. A solid little battle. We've seen good fights throughout the field. Lion very much asserting, making his presence known, showing that he is a force to be reckoned with. But
let me
maybe
invite
in
them
other
to the
races.
party, the top three.
Philip has actually just messaged me saying he is not going to be able to do an interview, so we won't have second place, sadly.
So then let's start off with Luke Watkins. I have sent Luke Watkins an invite. If you will be so kind to accept it, Luke Watkins, then we can have a little interview with you. There he goes. Hello, Luke Watkins. Welcome to the party. Don't forget to include the audio, please.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Did you include your audio?
If you go to the party, there should be an option at the top that is to include your audio. If not, this interview is going to be very awkward for the stream. Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I don't know how to do it on the app.
We will probably just repeat your answers while we interview you.
Well, so a strong start to your season. You seem to be showing promise towards the end of last season. Now you've come in here, podium on the first start. How was that race for you?
Alright, Luke Watkins is saying that he had a very poor qualifying. He really wanted to make it to Q3 on the mediums, but he didn't. But he had an amazing start to P8 and is overall pretty satisfied with the result.
So we saw towards the end there, you and Philip seemed to both go on the one-stop strategy of medium to softs and then having a little fight at the end. How was that for you?
Well, Luke Watkins said regarding the battle with Philip is that he was so slow in straight line speed that he had to use all of his overtake to keep up with TX Philip, and he was just too far away every time he was on the DRS straight, but he still enjoys P3.
Well, a strong start for you this season. Hopefully we'll get to have a couple more chats with you before the season's over. Congratulations on P3, and we'll hopefully talk to you another time.
Alright, have a good one, Luke.
Have a good night, man. And since Philip is unable to do an interview,
I'm trying to get Lion in.
Yep. This was a great start to the season, though. You know, great little battles all across the field, and the fact that we came out of this race somehow with only one DNF is impressive.
Hello, Lion. Great result. Don't forget to include the audio.
Well, first race of the season, first race back in, I think, about a season for you.
Yeah, it's my first season.
Not a bad way to start off.
Yeah, not bad. I'll take it.
So, there was a lot going on in the race, so we don't see much from your end. So, what was the race like from your perspective?
Pretty boring, to be honest. It was kind of tough. I knew from lap 1 I just needed to keep the car on the black stuff and not end up in the barrier with my car in pieces. So it's first race, so I just needed to bag some points. But yeah, it was just boring, really. Just had to take it corner by corner.
Well, in the past you've been obviously a tier 1 driver in season 2, so some were surprised seeing you down here in tier 2. I think it's fair to say that tonight you have definitely shown what you have compared to the rest of the field. Do you think you're going to be able to keep this up, or is Bahrain a strong circuit for you?
Bahrain is actually one of my worst circuits, so I'm pretty surprised with the result, to be honest. So we'll just have to see. Take it race by race, not rush it. Just, see where we end up.
So, looking at the result you got and how dominant you were, do you think you are the favorite for the title?
I'd have to hope so. I mean, I've done it once before, so we're going to try and do it again, but yeah, again, we'll just have to take it race by race and see what happens.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations.
If I may ask one more question. Were you surprised that you were not selected for Tier 1 into the draft?
To be honest, yeah, I genuinely was. After the Tier 1 stuff was announced, I was ready to click off the stream because I didn't think I would be drafted into Tier 2, but I'm happy I was, to be honest.
So do you think the team principals made a little mistake of not including you in Tier 1, or would you not say that?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's their decision to put me where they think I should be. So, not necessarily, no.
Alright, that's it for me.
Alright, well then. Congratulations on the win.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll get to talk to you more as the season goes on, and have a lovely night.
Alright, cheers. Bye, guys.
Well, that is gonna be the end for us here tonight. That is the first round in the books. Lion showing exactly how strong he is and how much of a threat he will be this season. I think fair to say it's going to be a tough time for everyone else to mount a challenge against him, at least with how this race has gone.
Yeah, I would say I think the drivers were like the best of the rest. I think they should really see that as a motivator to get close to Lion and maybe give him even a challenge. Because this reminds me a bit of season 1 with Bruno dominating the whole league, and then we just trying to get closer and closer to him, which eventually worked in my, which I think kind of worked, especially when season 2 happened. So I'm definitely curious if one of those drivers has the ability to get closer and closer to Lion and even challenge him for the title.
I mean, we've seen good performances in qualifying from a couple of people, showing that the pace is there. It just comes down to when it gets to the race, just being able to do those lap times consistently, I guess.
Well, we definitely have to see about that. Either way, we saw some great battling, incidents, of course, and it was a spectacular start of the season for both tiers, I believe.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend. We will be back. Me and Milkman will be back racing on Sunday with your commentators Shaman and Lots for Tier 1 at China. Our voices will be back next Monday for round 2 of the season, once again at China for Tier 2. And until then, I guess, see you later.
Have a good one, guys.